Jay Sano without intro music. Jay Sano with intro music. Intro music remix. Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19. That might work. The show. Linda got a letter in the mail. ... Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the next chapter in The Novelist. This one's called The Show. Let's see what's going on. Miss Kaplan, or Mrs. Kaplan, we're thrilled to be exhibiting your work Thursday. I know this all came together a little last minute, but our secretary is only a part-time and she sometimes gets behind. I've sent along some forms and samples for the ad we plan to run in this week's paper. I know it's probably the last thing you want to worry about right now, but what's the point of putting on a show if no one knows about it? Anyhow, I know this is all a bit hectic, but while we might be small, we have a lot of heart, and we're very excited about your show. Nicole Adams, Westlake Gallery. So it looks like my wife did it. She got herself into, she got her art into a gallery.
Big news, Barb. I'm putting on a show. Can you believe it? I've already got butterflies.
It's been so long. I'm glad it's a small gallery, so I can ease my way back into things a bit. And I want to do it right. I'd forgotten how much work goes into things that aren't painting when it's time to put it in the gallery. You know, I could never stand all the logistical rigmarole. Plus, I have a piece I really want to finish before the show. So much to do. I want to take it seriously and go through the whole process. Though, because if the show goes well, who knows? Hope to hear from you, and hope you can come, of course. Here's always Linda. So Linda's trying to get her friends involved. Let's see what's going on with the little kids. That's still a little tent thing going on. Oh, they walked to the beach. So we spent some time with Danny. Danny, I think that's his name. Tommy? Danny? Frank? Let's see. And somebody did ask...
Hey, honey. How's it going?
Good.
Need to talk about it. Be just like Pirate Pete on TV. Explore member. Somebody did ask how they can't see me, and there's two different modes of this game you can play. One where you're hidden, and one where you're not, and you can walk around freely. And I did the walking around freely one based on the fact that I didn't know anything about the game at the time. Kind of wish I'd chosen the other path now that I'm a little more comfortable with it, but can't find a way to change it. So here's some memory.
What is it, Mommy?
I don't know yet, honey.
It looks to me like a bird in a cage. Strange. Moving over here. It's probably all upstairs. Yeah. So let's possess this light. Ugh. There we go.
Stared at a blank canvas again today. Got a few strokes in, but I don't like any of them, and I'll probably paint over them tomorrow.
It's so frustrating going into that room every day and trying to keep working. It's easy to get out of the house for errands and go for a hike, but none of that helps the work as much as being around other artists. I'm not going to give up. Maybe I can use this feeling in my new piece. Definitely, I'll try that out tomorrow. That was 3 of 3 memories. Okay, so that's all Linda's memory. So let's get out of Linda. So now what does she want?
I forgot what it's
Nothing's
like.
going to change if he doesn't even try. Okay.
Hey, Tommy.
Hey, Daddy.
Paul called again. Are you going to call him back? Lynn. So, I didn't mean to possess. No. Gotta move faster. He's watching TV. Let's see what he's got going on here.
Just got back from town with the latest issue. Flipped to the back and there it was. My book in the up next column. Stared at it for 5 minutes.
The feeling in my stomach was not pleasant. But now, it's out there. It's terrifying and irreversible. Maybe I should have placed a full ad, but even like this, the book is out there. Thousands of people are going to read that list. To them, the book is exactly what they want it to be. Some finished, beautiful thing. If only they could see it right now. A bunch of jigsaw pieces on the floor. And I've got to put them all together fast. So that's referring to the ad we took out on the book to give him motivation to keep moving on the book. Because he said he was losing the motivation pretty much. And he said that would force him to... Oh, not in here. Oh, for some reason, I really thought it was still in there. You are probably in your typewriter room. There we go.
Hey, what's wrong?
What a memory. That's his memory. So let's see what Tommy's got going on. Oops. I left your memory on accident.
Cool. Can we go?
Right down there.
Something's right down there. Don't know what it is, but something's down there. Oh, come on. Get up there. Isn't this the same picture we've seen like a bunch of times from Tommy? So now I gotta find out. I've explored all their memories. The big kid at camp. What? Well, I guess I was gonna say maybe you can stop watching TV, but you're hanging out with your son, so that's cool. I gotta find some things to make to find out what it is that they want exactly. I can't look at your painting. Oh, book. Here we
Has
go.
it been 5 years already?
I still remember the thought that blindsided me when I saw Tommy for the first time. He's my new creative work. TJ gave me such a look when I told her I was going to cut back on my painting, but she doesn't have any kids, so there's no way she can understand. It's hard to top creating an entire person. Maybe she thought Dan told me I had to stay home. Huh, that would have been a very short conversation. Yeah, put the smack to him, woman. Still, I can't ignore the fact that it's time to figure out what on hold means. What would it look like to go back full time? Do I want to?
My man.
Back at ya.
Okay, so now Dan could take care of the promo forms on the coffee table. Okay, so she wants Dan to do those forms. He's got to get working on his book, though. Out of my way, Dan. You got to have something in here I need to read as well. I can't read that. Can't read that. Not your briefcase. Oh, here we go.
It just never stops. Every time I plot something I think will hold together, it falls to pieces.
This thing was supposed to be done months ago, but the further I get, the harder it is to make it all work. Nothing's ever as simple as it seems at first. I'll think about a problem for days, finally come up with a fix, and then realize it breaks something somewhere else. I can barely hold all the threads together. Sometimes this thing just feels too big for me, and I want to burn it and walk away. But what else would I do? And the deadlines don't help either. I can't think harder or faster. This stuff comes when it comes, and getting stressed out about it just makes it harder to get work done. Like right now, I'm writing about the things instead of working on the things. Damn it! Dan, get to work. Okay, you're a little weird. That's 2 of your clues. The Literary Register, May edition, inside the book Summer. Blah, 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 blah. So that wasn't a clue for you, huh? Is that a clue for you? Friday, rap draft. Saturday, Fam Day? Oh, Family Day. Sunday, dialogue pass. Fix Alice. Revisions when? What does he want? He wants to write his damn book. Chain myself to the typewriter to make it. Well, you literally just said, you can't force the thoughts to come. It just takes time. I mean,
Paul, hey man, if I'd known my letter would set you off like that, I wouldn't have written. My fault.
let's both just calm down. I see now that it was stupid to ask if you knew any art agents. That's like you asking me if I knew any professional sculptors. Dumb question, point taken. Ooh, that's weird. But believe me, no one's more worried about the schedule than I am. I think about it every day, and I can't get away from it. Most nights I start thinking about it and can't stop. My heart starts beating out of control, and I have to get up and try to work just to calm down. I'm not slacking off, man. I shouldn't have made you think I was focused on anything else. I'll get everything sorted out. Seriously, Dan. So it looks like Dan was trying to help out the wifey, and his agent for his books got pissed. So he's trying to be a good husband, even though Linda doesn't realize that. There's never anything in the bathrooms, is there? What is this? In the entertainment news, the Westlake Gallery has announced a show visiting artist Linda Kaplan, a resident of Lawrencetown. Miss Kaplan is visiting the coast with her family and has completed a new series she described as an expression of restrained emotion using society's imposition of nature as a lens. Details of the show will be forthcoming. Local art enthusiasts will doubly pleased to learn that the community center will be...
Daddy!
Hey, little guy.
What? So let's go find out what Tommy's looking for in this one. Doo-doo-doo. He wants to go on the shore. What's this one? This note, good for one adventurer. Ah. Okay, this is going to be interesting because I think if I make Dan do her paperwork, I don't know if he can also go out with Tommy.
Hey, Dad, check
Take
this
my
out.
bucket
Looking
to the
good,
beach
my man.
with Daddy.
I think maybe it's time.
So if you take your bucket to the beach with Daddy, he doesn't even get to do the things for her. It only makes you happy. We're going to have Dan fill out these forms. Okay, I've done it, so... Linda's resolution. Okay, what do I hit again? E to choose. Here we go. And then I'm going to go try to find Tommy's bucket as well. Dan's getting nothing done this episode. He needs to get his head clear. So that's fine. He's going to fill out the forms. He's going to take his son to the beach, and he's going to have time to think about what to do, instead of forcing himself. This is going to be good for him. So your bucket is not in your room, apparently. So let's get down here. Where is your bucket at? Is it by the door? Ah, there it is. We'll choose Tommy's compromise. Let's choose it. Oops. I fell out of the light. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. The art show was a huge opportunity for Linda, so after getting an earful from Paul, Dan spent Saturday working on an announcement ad for the local paper. He called every writer he knew to ask their agents to anyone in the art world, and on the fourth call, he got lucky. The effort paid off. The show was a hit. Though he didn't have enough time to take Tommy to the beach for the day, Danny shifted his schedule to free up an hour and a half for a quick trip. The night before, he snuck down to the beach and put a conch shell where Tommy couldn't miss it, and though Tommy wanted to stay at the beach longer, he was still happy with his prize. Dan missed his deadline. Paul called to chew him out, and even though Tommy and Linda were both upstairs, they could hear the agent's voice over the phone. It just added to the pressure that Dan was putting on himself, and he spent 2 days in a distracted fog before he got back to any sort of rhythm on his book. Sorry, buddy. It's the way it goes sometimes. The bottle. Linda and Tommy were getting worried about